Hey guys, Clinton Sistrunk, Colorado Mortgage Team. All right, I just want to talk to you today about the loan application process. I want to dispel a few of the myths and just kind of break down just how simple a loan application is so that hopefully it will be something that can help you move forward in the process. So, the first thing that you're going to provide on a loan application is going to be your name, number, email, social security number, date of birth, personal information like that. The next thing we're going to ask for is going to be 2 years of residence history. So just the addresses that you've lived at over the last 2 years and what date range you lived there. We're going to ask you if you paid rent, how much that was, or if you had a mortgage, how much that was. And then after that, we're going to ask you about employment information. We're going to want the name and address of all your employers over the last 2 years. We'll ask you for job title, we'll ask you for their phone number and kind of the date range that you worked there. More than likely, we'll go do verifications of employment and kind of get exact things. So if you're off a little bit on your dates, it's no big deal. After that, we're going to ask you about what your income is. But you've probably heard me talk a lot about loanable income and why you may not know what the right number is. So I will tell you, just leave that information blank or zero, and we'll plug that piece in later once we've done the work and done the calculations against your income documents. So you don't have to do the brain damage. Next, they're going to ask you about assets. And you don't really need to give us assets because we're going to ask you for bank statements and asset accounts, and we'll plug the numbers in for you. They're going to ask you for other properties that you own. And if you do own other properties, you're going to want to list them out. Then we're going to ask you about liabilities, things that would show up on your credit report. And we tell you always leave this blank because we're going to pull a credit report and it's going to auto-populate all that information in. So anything you put in there is going to get overridden anyway. Then there's a series of yes and no questions. Have you had a bankruptcy? Have you had a foreclosure? Have you had a judgment? You're going to want to answer these honestly, yes or no. And then we're going to ask you things like what's your race and what's your sex and just some basic reporting information for the government. After that, you're all done. And now you're on to the next step, which is collecting your income and asset documents that we give you a list of. Now, think of your application like a clay mold, and we're starting to mold your loan file and your loan picture. You don't have to have it perfect to get it submitted. You just have to give us something that we can start to work with. And then from there, we work as a team to make it look exactly like you want it for your scenario. Anyway, I hope that makes the loan application a little less daunting, a little less scary of a process for you. And if you'd like to get started on your application and your pre-approval today, simply put your information in below and we'll happily get started for you.